Hey, it's Mike here at Pro Steel Products. Just thought I'd bring you along on this journey of research and development. Today I'm going to be testing some fans. The past week I posted that the fans are back ordered to people that I decided to go with, and it looks like they're not going to be able to keep up with the orders. So I have 100 on order from a different company. Have no idea what these fans are like. They just say it's stainless steel. Hits all the boxes, so I'm hoping I did the right thing. But I'm not going to hold up production because I have alternate fans that I can go to. I'm going to be testing 3 of them right now to check the battery life, the power of the fan. I like the fans to hit at number 1 as soon as you turn it on at an idle to make this go. If I have to kick it up, it's going to burn more battery. So we're going to be testing that. And where the heck did it go? I got a piece of, here we go. I have a piece of metal here. I haven't been too happy with the high heat powder coating because it kind of bleeds through a lot. And this one here, I don't know if you can see, but it's real nice black. I did the lid on this one. And it's kind of smooth and shiny and looks good. The only difference between that one and this one is I put the 2000 degree paint underneath, cooked it off at 400 for 30 minutes, then powdered over top of it. Now this is one of the parts that's going to go right here, and it's going to be in the flame. This area right here is where the heat's at. So all the other stuff should remain intact and should be nice and pretty for the life of this thing, unless you scratch it up or whatever. This thing has been abused, so this is my old faithful, I call her. She's been thrown in the back of the truck and thrown out of the truck and all that stuff, but hundreds and hundreds of pounds of pellets that go through this. I haven't burnt this probably about 3 days, so it's going to need clean, so I will recap that. And I'm actually going to burn this on a plastic table. So we're going to be testing fans, testing this powder. I'm just going to stick it in right there in the flame, let it burn it off, see how it fared. So that's part of the research and development that we do here at Pro Steel Products. And let's get this thing going. And what I do, I just put my cleaner brush right down in this hole, and that's where it stays, so I know it's there every time. When you're burning it, obviously you're not going to leave it in there, but to clean it, I pull it off, just pull off the burning bush part, and I'm going to let you look down inside there because I have not burned this. You must, it is a must that you have to clean this after you let it sit for a long time. If you keep burning it, you don't have to clean it, but once it sits, that ash in there turns to like a pie crust. And I'm going to grab you so don't get sick on motion, but we're going to try and get down in there and show you. Now I got the vents open, you can see my hands going across it, but all that ash in there has to be removed. So what we're going to do, let's see, get that back in where it's supposed to be. Okay. But it's real simple. I mean, you take the brush, it's got a wire brush, and you just stir it around and it drops right through. Okay, just keep swishing it back and forth until you see the screen and there's no more ash there. So, and that's it. That's all you do to clean it. Now, I put this tin foil down here, and I put a couple rocks in there so it wouldn't blow away on me. But that's the ash that came out of there, okay? If you would have left that in there, it would not burn properly. So, get rid of that, put it back under, put my rock so it don't blow away. And it's, let me show you this. You can see really good down in there now. Okay, so those are wide open. That would make the fire go real low. So when I start it, I'm going to close those, all right? So let me get you lined back up here. So what I do is I close these off, okay, then put the burning bush back on, just line it up, okay, and then snap these over. Now you're ready to add pellets, put the fan on, and get her fired up. These things are really cool to start. I really like the smoke that it puts off when it starts. But let me pause this because I got to go get my lighter, and we'll get this thing filled up and get it fired up and go from there. Okay, so I got fan number one. I have 3 of them I'm going to test. These are ones I'm going to go with. Make sure when you put this in that this face of this is against that tube. If you leave any air gaps, you won't get enough pressure going through to make it work properly. What I do is make sure this is on anytime I connect it. That way, if you let this battery go dead while you have a fire going, it'll back up and it'll burn this up. So all I say is just have, you know, at least 20% battery if you're going to burn a whole bag of pellets. Depending on these you know, how long they're going to last, but always just leave it run. When you're going to put the fire out, just take the fan off. Just take it out of there, and anytime it's connected, just as a rule, just keep it running. That'll keep you safe. But here I'm just going to load the pellets up and we'll get it fired up. That wasn't quite a whole load. You got about 2 inches left on the top there. So this will probably burn about an hour and a half, something like that. So this we don't need anymore. Now here comes the fun part. This torch, it comes with this torch, but not the powder. The powder. The propane. You need the propane bottle. It comes with this torch. It doesn't have any air holes on the side. That's why I like this one. And it doesn't seem to go out when you put it in the port. So you're going to turn this up. You can hear it running. I can't see it, but I know it's running. Here's your port. You open that up, and you're going to put it in the port, angled towards the front and up. It won't take long to light. As soon as you put it in there, you should probably see some smoke starting here pretty quick. I can already see it coming out of there. So we're going to give it 30 seconds or so, and that'll start rolling real good with smoke, and then you're going to light the smoke, and then you're good to go. So it's a little breezy out today, that's why I put the rocks in there. But after I get it rolling real good, I'm going to swap fans out. I have 2 of them over here running because I'm going to let them run until they're empty and see what the battery power was like. So we'll let this go. I'm not going to keep you on the line there, but I'll be swapping these out, see how they go. And this piece of metal is going to be right there in the flames, probably down here. And I'll let it burn and see how it fared in there. And if it does pretty good, that's the way I'm going to make these burner chambers. As you can see, that's really rolling with some smoke now. And I think that's really cool. It's like a fog machine. But when you're ready to light it, I think it's been about 30 seconds. So what you do is just take this out and just touch the smoke. There it goes. It took a while to, well, still don't want to light. You should have left it in there a little longer. There it goes. Alright, you can see how that cleared up. Now the smoke is burning. When it gets a little darker when we come back, and I'll say it's about up to here now, but it'll be way up here. So we're going to let that get going, and I'm going to put this piece of metal on there. I'm going to test these fans to make sure that the air flow is good on number 1. That's what I want. I want these fans to be just turned on at number 1 speed, the lowest speed it has, put in there, and it burns perfect. So we'll be back in a little bit, and I'll show you the end result after this thing's been burned for a while. Remember, this is plastic, so you can burn this anywhere. That's why, well, don't forget to close your port. But you can burn this anywhere. The reason why I put that there is when you open this up to bring the flame down, you might get some embers that fall out of the bottom because that air pressure is going to be going down. The air is going to be flowing down too. Wind's blowing back this way, almost burned my hat. But yeah, we'll come back and I'll show you the results. Just to give you an update, I think it's up to full speed now. I put that piece of metal in there on the first ledge right there, and it seems to be not as shiny right now, but we're going to see how this whole hopper of pellets burn it off and see what it looks like. So I'll be swapping the fans back and forth, and I can also turn it down a little bit by opening the vent down there at the bottom to kind of calm it down. I can see that powder is just bubbling up and everything, but I'm hoping that it's going to burn off and leave that 2,000 degree paint underneath. So that's what I'm hoping. I knew that was going to burn off. So we'll see what it does here in about an hour or so. Alright, it's been burning for quite a while now. That hopper's got to be getting pretty low. But I wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see that, but that black plate turned all white. And it keeps going black, keeps going white. I don't know what the deal is. I won't know until it cools down and put it in my hand and wipe it off and see what it looks like. So I do have one other thing I want to try. This is a snuffer plate. I figured I do recommend that you just burn it out, empty the hopper out, let it burn out, take the fan off. Don't worry about it till the next time you want to burn it. But if there's something, I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work. But this plate is going to set right over top of that to maybe snuff out the fire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fan off, and you'll see the fire come way down. And then I'll put that on top, and I'm hoping it doesn't back through the fan tube. So we're going to give this a shot here. And all this is just ash on the table. It wipes right off. But okay, I seen a little fire come out of that tube. But let's set this fan down. I'm going to let them run and see how long they run before the batteries die. But I'm just going to put this right over top and see if it goes out. It looks like it did. It's going to smoke for a little bit and let it cool down. And after it totally cools down, I'm going to try and light it again. But if you let that pellet sit in that hopper overnight, it's probably going to gain moisture. Then they're going to start separating up and turn into fines, and it might not be good. You might have to waste them pellets. But that's what the research and development part is, to try it out, see how it works. So I think I'm going to stuff this rag in this hole though, because it looks like it's grabbing a little air out of there. There, you got that. I could put a plug in there too, but it's still rolling out of there pretty good. Okay, I'll come back in a little bit when that all cools down, and we'll check that plate and see what it looks like. Okay, this is what happened to it. It turned all white. This is pretty much ash. You can see it. I'm rubbing it away a little bit to get a little bit of water, and it looks like that's just the ash on top, but we're going to clean this up pretty good. See if the black's underneath, and if it is, you just give it a good rub after you burn it, and it should be good. So let's check this out. Okay, that looks pretty doggone good. Just a few marks on it, but that is the 2,000 degree black right there. So it burned off the other powder, made it turn white. You just spray it off and rub it a little bit, and it'll come right off. So I think this might be put into production that way. I don't know. We'll try it again. I'm going to put this back on the fire and make sure it doesn't burn off the rest of the way. So we'll give it a shot. Okay, this just come off the pellet fire. I put it back on after we cleaned it, and it's still like a grayish black, but it's still a coating on there. But I'm going to cool this off and then clean it up and see what it does. Woo, that son of a bitch is hot. Okay. Alright, check that out. I think we got a winner. The only thing you're going to have to do is when you get your pellet fire, is burn it, it's going to turn white, and then you have to clean it, and then it'll be done. You'll be good to go. And I don't think this is going to rust for, I don't know, maybe several years. If you don't scratch that paint, I think it's going to hold up really well. So I'll do a little bit more testing. It's starting to dry now and turn almost like a grayish black. So, but it's still coated. That's the important thing. It's not going to rust out on you. And, you know, everybody says a patina, you know, rust covered, and it'll protect it, but I really don't like that. I like this better. It's nice and smooth, and I think this is going to be the thing. Just do the 2,000 degree paint underneath, do the powder on top, and then let that powder on top burn off, and then you're left with this. I don't know what this, yeah, that's just a, that's where it was sitting on that thing, so that'll come right off. That was ash, and this is ash up here. So there you go, research and development. That concludes today. Like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking on this pellet fire, like mountain pies and stuff like that, and I'll have little segments. So if you want to catch those, make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Okay, guys. Okay, it's the next morning out here. We're going to wrap this up. The research and development, I did learn some things. This was not my first choice, but that littler fan had a better battery. It lasted until this morning. It was still at like 62%. This one here lasted about 9 hours, so I'm figuring maybe 10 hours. 8 to 10 hours this will last. Took like 3.5, 4 hours to charge. So these are available. The other ones, not available. So I've been running into that a lot, but I do have a shipment of 100 of them coming. These will be used in place of those until they come in, and I'm going to put a standing order of 100 a month, so to make sure I don't run out, but I may need more than that, who knows. But this is going to come in the box. As far as this, I mean, this is pretty rusted up, but the test of this piece of metal, if you can look at it, it looks like a grayish purple, but it won't rust. I mean, it's coated, and we used the 2,000 degree paint. And if you remember, I told you I used the gloss black on the outside and let it burn off. It did turn white, so think of all this burner chamber and all this burning bush attachment is all going to turn white. All you got to do is get a bucket of water with a rag, wipe it off, get it soaked, spray it off with a hose or whatever. It's not going to rust because it's got a coating on it. So this is what I'm going to put into production here probably next week. I am going to build another one with that process and actually light it and burn it. So, and I could sell it locally as used or whatever, but I'm going to test it a little bit more. Should come out fine. But as far as the snuffer, this thing, you know, to close that off to put it out early, no, that was a big fail. So I'm going to recommend that when you're done burning it, let it burn out. So some of the people that have been testing these for me, if they're ready to go to bed, and if they're out camping, they just go in and go to bed and leave the fan in there and everything and let it run all night or run out of battery. As long as it runs out of battery after the pellets are all burned. Or you could just take the fan out and let it smolder, but the pellets inside are probably going to be, I wouldn't recommend, I'd let it burn out with the fan and leave the fan on there. If it runs out of battery, just charge it. So, but this is not going to work, but this might, this will. Further testing, so I think we got a good handle on it. And if this really works, I mean, we got a new system, and other people that build fire pits that don't coat them or anything, they might be wanting to do this because it looks better than rust, let me tell you. So anyway, that wraps it up, and thanks for watching. Next time, research and development, I'll let you know. All right, thanks guys. We'll see you guys and girls. We'll see you on the next one.